Okay, so this was Steven playing black and Milan taking white. Yep, all looks okay. Maybe E16 seems a little questionable. You know, because one thing to note is if you were to try to cut here as white, this move at F18 is sent. Sorry, F17 is sente.
Yeah, I have
White would have to.
realized that after making E16, I was like, oh, I'm definitely gonna cut that. And then I looked at it, I was like,
Yeah.
no.
And so if you're not going to cut this E16 move is really questionable because you lose out on a potential cut here later on.
Yeah, it was a misread. I was really going for the cut, and then when I read it out, I was like, okay, this doesn't work quite well.
So much better just to play here.
Okay.
You know, black kind of needs to add another move, and these exchanges aren't necessarily good for black because it's made this white group much stronger, and so now
there's
black
still a
needs to come
cut,
back
yeah.
into attack, and so it's tough, right? It's not a simple variation, and I think I would probably prefer white here.
Yeah, I realized very soon that E16 was bad because that group was so cramped the whole game.
Yep. And I mean, it ended up not terrible for you, but I think that the exchange over here is definitely good for, like, you don't want to make this E16 exchange. You'd rather be able to cut at E15 later. That's the kicker.
Yeah.
And even being forced to come back and play D16, like this is like D16 for C14 is such a terrible exchange, right? Because you're saving yourself one point or two.
Yeah,
in
but I
exchange
kind of
for
had to
allowing.
do it though, right? Do you think I could have Tanuki?
I mean, no, I don't think you can Tanuki, but it's just maybe you can play here. Like you play here first to try to get Sentai, and then you can Tanuki.
I was like, I'll make this bad exchange just so I can take Sentai. But
well, I mean, first off, I think white should ignore it, or black should ignore it, right? If I were black, I'd just play here. I don't care about these stones.
Yeah, I guess it does reduce the bottom side for white. Yeah, I definitely thought that. So
yeah, and actually, what black should do is first Atari. If black plays here, Atari this way, and play this way, and it's now a fight for life. You can get a lot of extra moves on the outside. So, so even if giving up the stones, I think is probably the appropriate thing here. And obviously, if you get this exchange first, this is obviously an even better result for black.
Yeah. As I said, that group was so cramped.
I think because black already has a stone at J4, playing another move here seems really questionable. I would much rather just see black play something like this. And you know, sure, white can play here, but this is what you want to have happen, right? You're getting some territory over here. White's forced to run out and try to live, and you can kind of, you know, start building up, potentially even build up a little bit of territory over here, right? Like, or build up a little territory on this side as well. So this is kind of the result that black wants to happen, as weird as it sounds, right? Like I totally get that you want to attack this group, but I mean, even if all white does is just play moves like this is so many stones to get not that much territory. Right. Again, this is just not the right use of influence. You use influence to attack. You don't use it to get territory. And this is using influence to get territory. This is questionable. I think if black just seals it in, this is already a dead shape.
Really?
Maybe not dead, but it's not happy.
Yeah, I guess that influence is terrible, especially combined with the influence on the top left.
Yeah. Much better just to extend here as black. You know, if white can get this exchange here, but still, I think this is already better than allowing white to get back up onto the third line over here.
Yeah, I was so happy to get that move.
See you, Colin. Yeah, I mean, you know, white getting off of the second line and being able to get to the third or fourth line, even at the cost of these 10 or so points, is already a really nice result for white. And then black coming back and playing this move is even more painful, right? Like this, it just seems terrible. You know, sure, like black you can, you know, just give these stones up. I don't care. But
I always value those so bad. I would be so reluctant to give them up. It's just like looks big.
I mean, but you know, again, let's look at it at the end of the game, right? Like these results are all gonna happen. You know, moves over here are gonna happen. So when you actually look at this, it's maybe 15 points. But look how many stones were used to capture that. Make sense?
Yeah, it's too concentrated.
Obviously, it would be better if you just didn't play anything on this side. You just came back and played here directly. I think that would be better. But, you know, because you're not investing those extra stones and you can come back and get a little bit more later on. But I do want to focus on this move. This move is definitely questionable because this move is, I want to attack this strong group. Right? You have one stone here to black's 7 or 8 stones. This is not the way you want to do this. This is a move if you've already have, you know, stones on the outside here. Maybe you can play it at N3, right? But so early on, when you don't know how black's going to respond, this is way too premature. Because what you've done is you've now solidified this entire area.
I see.
Yeah, again, just a really nice result for white here, though. I don't even think you'd want to peep here because it's possible that you can cut here later on. And so black can actually, you know, I'm thinking something like this happens. And black can still connect underneath. So actually making this peep is a lot of Aji Keshi.
Just solidified me, yeah.
Yeah, this seems like a really good result for white.
I got all I asked for.
Yeah, I mean, you took one stone and made it into a wall to attack this group with. I think, and you made territory at the same time. Like this is too good. This is Dame. Just run out.
Oh wow, I can't believe I played that now from this perspective.
And you played it anyway, right?
Oh no, I played it aiming at 08. Right?
Yeah, but what if what if black just does this? Or even just does it once and then plays here. Something like this.
Can I do 08 still?
You can, but it's not great.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Like, you know, just do maybe instead of this, you play here.
Yeah, it's not working. I'll die.
I mean, it's not die necessarily, but something's got to give. And you know, white and black can choose how it responds here, right? Like if black decides to play here, which I think would probably happen, even if you do this now, right? You play here, connect, boom, boom, boom. You know, if white pushes through here, then black gets a really nice result over here. So you can do it later too. You can see if white's going to make that exchange now. So definitely, that the dame move is questionable. And you can always play here later on, right? Like there's no need to play here. And it's also, I mean, like what if you just want to play here later on directly? Like sure, black can try to cut this, but you can try to kill the whole thing and make it some sort of semi-eye. So it's a lot of Aji Keshi.
How big is that move on D3?
D3 is huge, yeah. Really
Yeah,
good move.
okay.
It's hard to say whether D3 is bigger or something over here is bigger, but
That's
both,
exactly
both
my
huge.
thinking, because black is developing quite fast with that, because I got cramped in the upper left corner. So I was thinking, should I invade or should I take my points, but decided to do D3.
I mean, I will say, right, like let's say something like this happens. This is also really painful for white. And so now black's making a really large framework over here. So it might be even more reason to play. Well, might be reason to even jump out here and keep up the pressure on these stones. This might
Yeah,
be something you
except I
want to
didn't
consider.
feel that puts any pressure on these stones. These stones are fine from my point of view at this point.
Well, this move is serving a multitude of purposes, right? It's both, protecting this weakness that we were just looking at, right? It's putting some amount of pressure on this, and it's also reducing the influence that black is mapping out here. So even if it's not directly attacking the group, I think it's still a very large move.
Okay. I was definitely looking at it, and like that cut, I did get a move there first, so it worked out, but you see the left side became huge.
Yeah. All these, one thing is like in this variation, because black already has a move at C13 and can anytime play something like C11 or anything that's just going to kind of mess with this white area. This move at F6 is not that large because it's kind of getting like there's no extra territory that black's really going to get out of here, right? So if black plays here and white plays here, this is fine for white, right? Because it's not like that's going to change all the territory that exists here. It's not going to make it 5th or 6th line territory.
Yeah. I felt like F6 is good because it also kind of center-ish because of these two stones.
Yeah, it's not a small move, but I think that the focus really should be on the upper right side right now.
I see.
And these exchanges by this push here, these exchanges don't make sense, right? This is reducing your liberties. It's making whatever
Made me
G4
solid.
move.
Made me
Yeah,
super nice.
like
yeah.
just don't make them. Yeah, like you can play D2. That doesn't change anything, but the rest of them are silly. Because like if you don't make these exchanges, you don't need to come back and play here, right? Like there's no issue. But after you've made these exchanges, it gets a lot worse for you.
Oop. Yeah, now you lost your liberties on the left side, so.
Something like this. And this is like you have to come back and play here. I mean, this is terrible. So I think we're at 7. I don't know if I'm blanking on his name. Sean is here yet, but otherwise I guess we can stop here.
We can continue until Sean comes. If you have another 2 minutes.
Yeah, that's fine.
You see, I did get another move there, but
I think it might be a little questionable in this particular situation just because there is so much Aji here to play this 2 space. And I'm trying to figure out ways you could like take advantage of this, and I think that something like this might be enough.
Yeah, as long as you cut and take the right
Yeah.
side.
So I think that probably this move is questionable, and it should just be a one space extension because there's too much Aji here. Like, yeah, well, like what happens if black plays here? Like what can white do?
R12, I guess. Oh yeah, that's huge. No. Not R12, R13 maybe?
Well, if you play R13, I just play here.
No, instead of R12.
Oh, instead of R12.
Yeah. That's still bad.
Mhm.
Yeah, I see. Too far.
Too much Aji. And then here, you know, yeah, even blocking here, right? Maybe you just have to come back and play here. Ooh, excuse me. So probably blocking here is also questionable. I mean, there's so many cutting points right now. Definitely come here first. Like this is probably large enough. Well, actually, maybe this is a good result for white. This ends up being quite a nice result for white. So I think before black starts here, black should make this Atari and see how white responds. So before playing here, play here first. Because if white chooses to give this up, now this is a good result for black, right? We can say that you're cut off, whatever. But after you've made these exchanges, like what happened in the game, the value of this stone at R8 went down significantly. So the timing of this Atari was really important because now, okay, sure, black captured the stone or two here, but white was able to get all these extra points over here that it wasn't going to get in the other variation.
Yeah. Yeah, I was happy. I was like, I'm fine. Although that group almost died afterwards.
It looks solid right now. But yeah, I can see how it's almost dying if you're starting another fight over here. But at this point, I think pretty far ahead. You know, black's main territory is a little down here and something mapped out over here. White has quite a lot over here. You know, I think you can take this like pretty easy and just play kind of like light moves like this and be perfectly fine. You know, black has 15 in the corner, maybe 5 to 10 over here, 15 over here. Black is maybe 35, 40. White's mapped out at least 30 here, probably another 10 or 15 here, another 10 here, another 5 or so here, plus Comey. So I would say white's ahead here.
Okay, yeah.
So when you're ahead, you can take it easy and relax a little bit and just play a little bit of a slower game. So I guess I'll stop here.
All right, thank you, Michael.
Thank you.